Howdy, we're back with another episode of Ed's Guitar Heaven. This is an absolutely flat and clean fixture. This is cut out for, let's make sure it'll fit this thing here. Yes. It's a relief for the fretboard so we can get a reference on how flat things are. This fixture, of course, is used with the now famous Graviton force modules. Okay, this is a padded surface. We won't hurt the guitar. This top has been around. It's just cracked and warped. I'm putting it in here primarily right now to get a look at the top. Yes, there it is. It's in the fixture, ladies and gentlemen. I want to get a look at what's going on back here. Excuse me. And here. Basically, I'm going to start, I'll put a layer of paper towels down here, spritz it with my spritzer, and make some attempts at limiting evaporation, but we're primarily interested in flattening the top. I'm going to put a straight edge on the other side of this and see if it's bowed this way. I've removed lots of stuff. I've removed everything else from here, as we saw in the previous episode. What I'm seeing is saying basically, it ain't too bad back here. The rest of this is bad. This isn't even too bad. It's all right here. I use a series of straight edges for various reasons. We can't really look across where the brace is, but just going to the other side, it's dished a 1/16 of an inch, and indeed right here, more than that, about a 1/10 of an inch. It's all a part of the same problem. And I believe I made sure to, oh no, this is another one. Ha, yes, never mind. I may take this joint apart, or I may not, depending on what I see. It humps up, which is kind of regular. So, I'm going to check this thing out, look at it. We've determined it needs frets. I may pull the frets, knock this off, and level the fretboard before we go any further. I'm just not sure. It'd be a function of whether to remove this from here. You see, if this is loose, it's easier to flatten everything, but if a person makes a saw cut through this fret slot, this thing is separate anyway. Don't tell anybody. These come off more than once with the rest left and are replaced at a later date depending on the nature of the job at hand. This thing is a little humped up, deep dished, and curved this way too. My mission is to make it flat as a bat. Okay. Well, we're here with the American Conservatory of Music guitar. The label is on the back, so I don't have to worry about water damage and the label. This is wax paper. The inside has been lined with one layer of paper towels. When I get an endorsement, I'll tell you what brand they are. These could be Bounty. Yeah. And got one more layer on there, but you see it's, yeah. Now the Splitzelator. You must do this with no thought. Very carefully abandoned. Because if you thought about the implications of putting water on this old guitar, you'd poop your pants. You can't do this. Don't do that. We're in Arizona. pretty damp. Pretty damp. That wax paper is going to be of little value. I'm controlling the amount of water that this thing sees. This is a totally Zen thing, and I'm doing this to someone else's pride and joy. So, good luck with that. Looking pretty good. I tend to buy guitars and fix them. Guitars considered to be unfixable, so I can do this without worrying about hurting someone else's stuff. But we're moving right along now. I'm going to begin to load this with devices that will press down on them with some type of uniform force. And of course, this is the now famous graviton force module. Graviton. You have to find a kind of a pattern for how these fit in. The modular aspect of the graviton force module itself is kind of fixed. So, excuse me. Okay, we must adapt to the basic size and shape of the graviton force modules. Boy, let's hope we can get one more in there. If we can't, we'll have some other means of recourse. Oh boy. It's cosmic. But of course, as someone once told me, everything is cosmic. Okay. Oh, bummer. Oh, bummer. Look at this, though. This is, my plan is to put one right on that brace. And since it won't fit that way, it's going to fit this way. I'll end up putting spacers in here or other weights. And one of my favorite graviton force modules is obviously named Tom. Tom Waits from Nomia. Let's see what else we got going here. That ain't a working. Okay. Do. It's also possible to make a form, but once you've encountered the awesome capabilities of the normal graviton force module, you won't really, reminder to self. Yes, I made sure these surfaces are level and flat. They get hit on these surfaces get hit on a belt sander. Okay, we're going to look for a few more weights. Again, Tom here, one of my Tom weights, is from another batch, obviously. This is a prototype of the graviton force module. It worked fine, but had appearance issues. These are disguised as bricks. Getting these into the country isn't easy. So again, if you don't have these, they're going to be available at Stuart McDonald soon. You could probably use a brick. You'll be able to get them from me. Just send me an email. As a result of this video, you can get these from me directly for $20 a piece, and they are signed graviton force module by the inventor. All right, We're going to find a couple of more graviton force modules to load this thing up. Again, these are precisely interreacting with the gravitational field of the Earth. It's providing all the energy. These things will run forever with no additional energy, and they will always produce the same amount of downward force. Hello. We've removed all the graviton force modules from the interior of the guitar, and we're checking. We've got about half of it out. When I push on it, it's got about 1/8 of an inch of spring back. We got about half of it out, and it's out of water. So we will spray it and put the wax paper back in. We're going to spray it a lot where we want the most movement. Anyway, our spritzer is it's not spritzing correctly, but we're going to get along with it. And basically, I'll moderate the amount of liquid on here, cover it back up, and let it sit for another day. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, I'm going to put the bricks back, the force modules back in, and let it go for another day.